Principles. This is Practical Prince. Uh, we're doing Talking Tarot, so feel free to drop in your questions, free readings. I'll just be setting up while people are coming in. We're streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That may change in the near future, given that I'm looking for work. So, hey, Lavina. Doing well. How are you? Oh, you were waiting? Yeah, I've been thinking maybe I should start a little early, um, so that, I don't know, whatever streaming platforms um, are expecting me uh, don't think I'm late by a millisecond or something and then just immediately de-rank me or something. So, but how are you doing? Is that, yeah, that's ready now. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and spread these out a bit. I guess, can you hear me? Or maybe the chat's just slow. I know Restream has something about that. Um, let's go ahead and shuffle Prism for a bit. And of course, if you want to ask a question, by all means, go ahead. I'll just be shuffling, getting ready. That's probably good enough. Um, Sorry, it's just funny following up with I was proposed to but lied to, so ended it, and top it off with I am fantastic. um, so I guess to summarize the question, it's what am I supposed to learn from this relationship that ended? Is that um, just want to make sure I get that right, because the first part, it's sort of like what the universe has in store, and usually that's more future. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Um, Gosh, I don't want to be too blunt. Um, But I guess first things first, um, you were able to keep going and just take care of the day to day, right? I mean, because yeah, there's definitely that pain, that loss. Okay, yeah. We'll probably use Prisma for that. It's kind of similar to Angel Questions. Um, that's the tech we're using. Oh, we'll just flip this, get that ready. Um, gosh. Um, I'm hesitant to try going for the why he lied. Because sometimes we're not meant to get that sort of closure. Um, but I can definitely go for what the lessons learned are supposed to be. Okay. Mia, yeah, I'm reading for Lavina right now, but go ahead and ask your question. Okay, and that's fine. And if you need to come back, there will be a video when this is all done. We're going to Lavina. Let's focus first on the lessons. That's our first question. That's the important one because I don't know. We'll see if trying to get a reason. Yeah, I'm not sure we'll get that, um, but yeah, the important part is what were we supposed to learn from this? Um, Sorry, just taking time figuring out which cards are supposed to be involved. Um, Give me one sec, Mia. But the short answer is restream. Um, Good to know. So Lavina only got 2 cards for this, which I suppose isn't bad, but I don't know, I guess I had a lot of American ones lately, so this is different. Let me make that bigger. There we go. And this is for the lessons learned. So Infinite Paths and the Bridge. So both major arcana This deck uses different names compared to the traditional tarot deck. Um, so I'm going to have to double check what some of these are. I want to say these are getting into the celestial stuff, but like star, moon, sun, but I'll double check. And then we'll go over what those are. Because those are actually neighbors in the deck. One is 18, one is 19. We'll start with Infinite Paths. Oops, not Prisma, Cosma. So this would normally be the sun. And so the keywords are joy, success, good changes. Infinite Pathways is an extremely positive card to pull in a reading. It speaks to the synchronicity with yourself and a willingness to change what asks to be changed. Take joy in this card. It is the pulsing magic alive in all good changes. All it asks of you is to radiate positivity, and it will bring an abundance of goodness, unlocking pathways only thought to exist in dreams. So, I mean, basically, it's forward progress. It's good stuff. It's almost like, normally when you pull the Fool, the first card, that one's saying you'll need humility. This one's implying that you've already got it. A certain lowliness of heart and a willingness to adapt and to change. So you're already in that position. I don't know. Well, I guess this is answering what lessons you were to learn. So maybe this has put you in that position where you can learn. And so, well, yeah, that's what we get from that one. The second one, the bridge, would normally be the moon in a traditional deck. Unconscious, illusions, intuition. The bridge is a card about illusions. If you pull it in a reading, it can either be a warning that something around you is not what it seems, or it could be a call for you to pay attention to your unconscious self. We all have desires that are not necessarily resting on the surface. Sometimes we are unaware of what we want most in life. The bridge is only a metaphor for this. In time, you will see that it is constructed of only your own illusions. So, I think we already hit it at the front. It can either be a warning that something around you is not what it seems, which makes a lot of sense with what you experienced. So, yeah, so basically to humble you a bit, to get you ready for positive changes to come. We get that from the Infinite Paths. And then the bridge is saying you were leaving a bad thing behind, basically. Yeah, Ashley, Mia is first, but we'll do you. Mia, go ahead. People can talk, it's fine. I'm just making sure Lavina gets answered. So that's what we got for the first part of that. Let me highlight your question again. So the why he lied. Yeah, I think we can do the why, Lavina. But I guess before we do that, do you want to get into that? Because I feel like we've answered the important part first. We answered what lessons were to be learned. So I'll go ahead and clean this up and get that ready. Hold up. Hey, Wingman. Not that long. I started streaming in February, and I was doing this weekly. I'm doing it more frequently for now, but not quite, not quite at a professional level yet, or at least I'm not being paid yet. So, but that's partly my own fault. I need to give people the opportunity. So, yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, we are kind of busy. Yep. I've got one card. I'm making sure that that's the only card. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. So as far as their reasons, we got the sun. So I mean, we just read on that. I'm using a slightly different deck for this, so I'll go ahead and read on that. But they think it's putting them in a better position. If I'm remembering what we just read. Greatness, joy, enlightenment. When the sun turns up in a reading, use it as a reminder that life is wonderful and precious. Its radiant beams will light up even the darkest aspects of your existence, and you do not need to be afraid or doubtful for your future. Its warmth will wrap around your being and enliven it. If it is not readily apparent, be calm and search deeper. It is sure to reveal itself in due time. If you are lucky enough to bask in the greatness of the sun, share it with those you love. It will bring them joy and reassurance as they themselves tread through shadow. I'm kind of so like the line, if it is not readily apparent, be calm and search deeper. I feel like maybe that's like the sun is his next step, sort of like how you just got it. But I feel like he might not be seeing it and he's not going about it the right way. So that's the impression I'm getting from that. So hopefully that helps. Would be nice if he were better, but well, people need to learn some of their lessons the hard way. So I guess his is going to be drawn out. Yeah. No problem. Hope it gets better. Feel free to stop in again, but yeah, part of this will just be time. Okay. Mia. Curious to see what energies are around me and coming to me. Okay. That feels like a cosmic question. Let me. Maya, my bad. I figured, well, doesn't matter. Maya. Okay. No problem. I'm just curious if I'll remember it the next time. So energies around me and coming to me. That's good enough. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some of this out of the way. Okay. Okay. Gosh, I'm not used to 1 and 2 card readings, but that seems to be what we're getting today. We got just 1 card, so and the impression I got is that I would have like the energies around you in the center, and then energies coming or possibilities on the fringe. This one's on the fringe, so I guess I should show. So I was expecting to get current stuff in the middle, and then coming or possibilities on the edge. We just got this one, so we'll flip that and then we'll see. So the unknown. Interesting. And this is Cosmos, so again, not your typical tarot deck. Card 20. Gosh, not the world. But so this would normally be judgment. And the keywords here are reflection, reckoning, awakening. The unknown symbolizes the exterior forces we encounter in our lives that push us in unfamiliar and sometimes unwanted directions. These unconscious trajectories propel us more than we often realize. The unknown will awaken you before you're ready, and so you must learn to move with it. It may not be the kind of awakening you would like, but it is sometimes what is necessary to move on. It asks us to take the time to evaluate ourselves and reflect on who we are. It is what creeps in on lonely nights and makes you question what you know to be true. This reckoning is meant to test you, but you will come out the other side awakened and invigorated. So, yeah, kind of, or at least they're positioning you for something. So, yeah. So I guess you don't get much of a heads up, except that it is coming. So, but yeah, I'm sure you can handle it. That thing. Okay. Um, Let me, Ashley. Um, I guess, did Ashley not ask her question? Doesn't look like it. So I guess, Ashley, if you're still on, go ahead and drop your question in. Otherwise, a wingman, if you've got a question, we can do a reading. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, if you've got questions, go ahead, drop them in. Looks like we're caught up. So let me set that there. Let me spread this out. Otherwise, we might just hang out. I'll go ahead and shuffle these cards. Okay. I used Cosmo for the other ones, but for you, I feel like Destiny deck is sort of your deck. So that's what we'll be using. Oh, come back. And we'll just stay up on that. Okay. Let's see. We can do a little more shuffling. Energy around me. Let's see. Looks like I need to move stuff. Okay. Um, okay. Take care. I think we found them all. Oh, hey, Ashley. Go ahead and drop your question in. I'm doing a reading for Wingman, but yeah. We'll just get to that. If you lose connection again, I mean, I'll still answer it. It'll be on video for if you do get disconnected and have to view it later. I think we found our cards. Let me make sure I got them in the right place. Okay. Yeah. So let me, I guess our camera left. Let me get this back in there. Okay. Quite a bit of future. We might break that into multiples, but that's fine. Nope, that one hasn't caught up yet. And okay, there we go. Back to showing cards. Okay, so similar to Maya, your energy in the center, and for that we just got one card, and then energies around you on the fringe. So there's this one, and then these two were closely related. Right. But there's your energy and energy around you. So, but just as far as how it's laid out, it's similar in that there's you, and then there's what's around. No, I got your question. These two are closely related. For some reason, they're not a duo or a pair. So I don't know exactly how that's going to manifest itself, but well, you'll probably have a better idea anyways. So your energy, death, it's not bad as it sounds. Knight of Swords is around, and then we've got Six of Pentacles and closely the Lovers. Okay. So with death, I mean, I don't know if you can see, probably not. We've got keywords transform and change. It's sort of like Hanged Man, but usually there's something that you have to let go, and you're shifting from. So, and we'll go over reading that. But we'll just hit some highlights real quick. Knight of Swords, we've got stress and truth are the keywords there. So, well, we'll dig into that more. And then our pairs, Six of Pentacles talks about opportunity and inheritance, whereas the Lovers, there's trust and decisions. So that's what we've got going on over there. So let me go ahead and set this down. And there we go. Okay. So we'll start with death. Just make sure we get that one right, but it's not as bad as it sounds. Most feared, yet one of the author's favorites. It is not a card of physical death. Rather, it speaks of cycles, endings which bring about new and wondrous beginnings. A reminder that this too shall pass. Holding on to the past will not allow new things to enter your life. Take comfort in knowing that in every ending lies a new beginning. Although the impact may be sudden, this deeply transformative time may offer you a blessing. A break from the past is often the only way forward. Death is a reality check, and when we believe that there is nothing left to see, we are left with the truth. Revel in the truth and allow the universe to work its magic. So there's a few parts it could be speaking to as far as what your current energy would be. You might still be letting go of the old life and embracing the new. It might be that you have let go, and that you're dealing with that absence now that that's gone. So either way, either of those can be applicable. Let me know if you've still got questions, but I'm going to move on to the Knight of Swords. Is the classic knight in shining armor, ready to defend the honor of another. This card shows up when a decision must be made, and there is a quick change in life situations. Perhaps there are unpredictable times ahead. Sudden truths may reveal themselves. Underlying conflicts may be illuminated. There may be a dispute at work or in a family dynamic. You may not be the cause for these circumstances, and especially where this is an energy around you. That probably makes sense. But the way you recover is what matters. The energy of this card is driven and assertive. You may be fighting for what you believe, but it is important to take responsibility for your actions. Ultimately, you are the one who will deal with the outcome. Fight wisely. So, not necessarily vigilante, but you have a knight fighting in the area. Don't know how else to put that. You're more familiar with your social settings and whatnot, but there's someone trying to fight the good fight. So, how that will influence you, well, we could both guess, but who knows? But I guess that's a positive aspect hanging out there. Yep. Let's go on to Six of Pentacles and then the Lovers. The card of charity, gifts, and generosity. This card shows you that money is coming to you and may arrive as a gift or an award. This is a welcome sign that your financial circumstances are improving. This card also shows up when you are the benefactor, so that you can help a friend in need, or you may support a cause that is dear to your heart. Overall, the card shows up when you are in the flow of life, while connecting to the spiritual principles of generosity, giving, and receiving. As you give of yourself freely, your good will come back to you. You have all you need, and the universe is supporting you abundantly. So, basically a spirit of generosity. Kind of like, these are speaking to energies around you. So, like you've got that knight in shining armor going around. You've also got generosity going around. I don't know if that'll necessarily come to you ultimately, but it's in the air, so to speak. And then this one was associated with the Lovers. So how these will tie, that'll be interesting. Indicates relationships and decisions. Sometimes this card will show up when you are at a crossroads in your life. There may be a big choice on your horizon. The Lover's card can predict meeting a new partner or a career opportunity. Your choice and decision will significantly affect your future. The person who has entered your life has a positive influence and may offer true love. Follow your heart, not your mind. If you are already in a relationship, it is time to take it to a deeper level. The message is to follow your heart's desire. So yeah, in a typical romantic relationship, a well-founded one, you've definitely got generosity involved there. I don't know if these are, they're associated. I'm not exactly sure how, because for it to be relevant to you, we're not talking about someone else's romantic relationship. So I don't know Um, new partner or career opportunity. Um, yeah, hard to say how this is going to show. Maybe just scholarships in the area and intern opportunities. I don't know if that's exactly how that works for your field, though. So, um, sorry, just catching up. The night, I mean, that's an energy around you. So I'm inclined to think that that's somebody else. Um, okay. Um, well, I mean, that's still, I mean, because this reading is for present tense. So where you're talking about something in the past, I don't think that's what the Six of Pentacles would be referring to. So I'm imagining that's something coming down or um, coming to. At what point that arrives, I don't know. Um, as far as new love, um, I mean, I don't think that's romantic. I don't think it's speaking to a romantic love, given that this is an energy. Well, I mean, there's you could have love in the air, but then as far as how that ties to Six of Pentacles, that doesn't seem likely to me. So, um, yeah, like given what I know about you, I'm inclined to say that these are somehow influenced in your career and the stuff going on there. What part they play, yeah. It could be that. Um, and some people love the labor; they love the particular work. So um, it could be something along those lines. Um, like, uh, I mean, there's angel investors. There's that idea where people will donate to stuff they really love, really believe in. I mean, that's more narrow than a typical angel investor. Um, but um, and I don't know that it's exactly that, but that's one way these two could be combining and then manifesting. Um, now that I've said it, it's probably going to be a different way, but that's sort of the idea I'm getting. Um, so in motion, in the area, still coming in a sense. Whether or not it will come to you or pass you by, that's one thing I'm not certain about. Because, yeah, this is energy around you. It's not necessarily going to come. So, yes, Brianna, we have a line. After this, Ashley has a question, possibly two, if I'm remembering right. But then you would be the next one. And if you need to go for whatever reason, bad connection, this will be on video, so you can watch it later if you need. But we will answer that. Um, no problem. So, wingman, just want to make sure. I mean, did we get that? Um, and I guess I can go ahead and clean up, but I just want to make sure we understand that. Okay, excellent. So yeah, on to Ashley. No problem. Wanting to know if I will win my termination hearing or what is going to happen from then on out. So, I mean, they're sort of two. Will that thing, which way will that thing go? And then what's the fallout? Let me shuffle this. I don't know that that's what we're going to use though. Sort of leaning towards Prisma. And that's probably the case. Yeah, I think we'll use the Prisma deck. But I think we're going to use the yes, no. Okay, gosh. We're using this deck, but we're using the other deck's guide because they've got a yes, no spread. And that's what we're going to use for the termination. Gosh, that page. And there we go. Let me show that. No problem. So this is the guide we'll follow for will you win? And then we'll just do a separate reading for the what happens from then on out. And shuffle. Okay. And one more. There we go. Okay, now to find the cards. So we'll have 3 cards. Order doesn't really matter. And sometimes we infer from the 3 that are picked, but we're probably going to do another read for the fallout, so to speak. Yep, that one is also there. And where was that 3rd? Okay. We've got our cards. Let me show and we'll flip and then we'll check how it stacks up on the guide. So we've got 2 of Wands, 10 of Chalices, and Knight of Wands. I want to say these might have, the 2 of Wands might be an exception. Okay, no. It's the 10 of Wands there. Okay, so 2 of Wands, that's a yes card. 10 of Chalices, 10 of Cups in this case. That's a yes card too. And then Knight of Wands, That's a yes card as well. So um, as far as this goes, the answer is yes, you will win. And then let me go ahead and set this down so I can have my arm back. What is going to happen from then on out? And I think we're going to switch back to the we'll switch back to Destiny Deck for this part of the question. That's enough for that. And let's shuffle a little. Okay. What's going to happen from then on out? I'm just terrified that it's going to be like you win, but then your life's a living hell. Because, I mean, sometimes that's what happens. You try to do the right thing and then it slaps you. So, what is going to happen from then on out? Sorry, I just got a pair. Got to figure out their relationship. Okay. I think we're sorted out there. We found some future fallout, but it's pretty far out. I suspect there's some middle ground, but I guess it wouldn't be too surprising if we didn't get a card for the middle. Where is it? Somewhere down here. sure I got all the cards first. Okay, we got our cards. Okay. I need to be able to pick that up. Cards. Okay. So timeline left to right. This one's pretty far out there. These are otherwise sequential. This is a tempered pair, what I call. So you've got the primary card on front, and then the back card, the secondary card, has a tempering influence. It's, well, the other side, pulling back on it to an extent, or showing how it skews or something like that. But so we've got those 5. I also got this one. I think that's a direct message. I want to say it's a reminder, but we'll get there. We'll start with these. Well, we'll flip them all, but so 9 of Cups, happiness, wish card, tempered by justice, balance, and truth are the keywords on those. So that's a promising start. Goes into 8 of Swords, restriction, trapped. This one usually deals with you trapping yourself, sort of. You're in your own head, so to speak. But now that you're aware, that might not be as bad. We've got 2 of Cups, love and peace, so promising outcome there. And then farther in the future, we've got the Lovers. So nice and lovely. I mean, there's the 8 of Swords. That's never fun, especially when it's you that's your own trouble. But overall, this ends up happy. And then this reminder, 5 of Cups. So there's sorrow and loss are the notes there. I'm just going to move this over here for convenience, but we'll read up on all of those. So, and we'll do them in the order that we flip them. So let me set this down. And, got to show the guide. Otherwise that's, well, I guess not everybody can see it, but it's small for some people. It's what we can do. 9 of Cups is a happy card to receive in a reading. It can be called the wish card. The universe is working very hard for you in order to grant your wish. The card shows up when the things you have hoped for can now come to fruition. The number 9 represents the triad of mind, body, and spirit. 9 cups placed together in a half circle, touching each other, symbolizes intimacy and connection. The 9 favors good health, happiness, prosperity, imagination, and creativity. When you are fully living in your truth, the universe responds in the most positive ways. And then there was also the tempered card of Judgment, where your past and future come together. You are being called upon to review your decisions and actions to ensure they are in line with where you ultimately need to go. Great changes and opportunities are on the horizon. But before you move forward, certain past issues must be addressed. The Judgment card also predicts a spiritual awakening. As you receive guidance on your path, your confidence and wisdom will grow. This card is a reminder that it is never too late to make a change for the better. So yeah, I mean, wish card, you got your wish, or you'll get it, which I think is basically what we got with the yes earlier. But also there's sort of an abundance flowing to you, getting what you want. It's tempered with justice. So, I mean, really just reflect and just make sure you're on the track you want to be, is sort of what we've got there. Because otherwise the worry is that you could squander the happiness in a sense, if you don't then direct it for good, or take it for granted. So that's what we've got there. And then let's go to the Eight of Swords. Dig into that. Symbolizes self-imposed entrapment. This may be due to a circumstance that may be holding you back, or you may be a victim of your own limiting fears. Due to these factors, you may feel isolated or vulnerable. You must release yourself from these bonds. You may have to ask others for support, and with strong determination, you can free yourself from your restricted thoughts, mental barriers, and illusionary obstacles. Open your mind to a new perspective so that you no longer stay stuck where you are. Liberation is yours if you go within. So yeah, and I mean, with justice earlier and making sure you're on the right track, I'm not sure how bad the Eight of Swords is really going to be. But yeah, well, you're not acting in your own best interest, basically. So ultimately you'll work through that. I don't want to make too light of it, because there can be serious stuff. Like you could be dealing with depression, anxiety, stuff like that, where you're in your own head, or getting away from mental health issues. It could be you don't think you're fit or capable of doing XYZ. Who knows? So I don't want to make too light of it, but you do have positive stuff coming. So I'm pretty sure you get through, you get over, you get past it. So, okay, let's move on to Two of Cups. Represents union, harmony, partnership, peace, and love. Perhaps there is a deeper commitment that is occurring in a current relationship, such as an engagement, moving in together, or marriage. This is an auspicious card for a creative partnership as well. This can include one that includes writing, art, creative interests, and healing work. The Two of Cups is a card of reconciliation and ongoing negotiations, which will be resolved in your favor. Enjoy the deep love that is coming your way in all aspects of your life. You deserve it. So, I mean, positive. There's the reconciliation and negotiations that you might need to get through, but I mean, happy ending. And if you've got past the Eight of Swords at that point, then that's not going to be too bad. And then farther on, we've got the Lovers. This earlier, but indicates relationships and decisions. Sometimes this card will show up when you are at a crossroads in your life. There may be a big choice on your horizon. The Lovers card can predict meeting a new partner or a career opportunity. Your choice and decision will significantly affect your future. The person who has entered your life has a positive influence and may offer true love. Follow your heart, not your mind. If you are already in a relationship, it is time to take it to a deeper level. The message is to follow your heart's desire. And so that's farther out, but I mean, you started with great, it gets good, and then it gets better. So honestly, like, I don't know that there's much to say. If nothing else, I mean, it all works out in the end. That would be the message to take away. Um, and for you, looks like it's going to work out in this lifetime. So um, let's go on to Five of Cups. That was the direct message, the reminder. Kind of a somber note, but one apparently you need to hear. Shows up when there are difficult emotions that may keep you in a cycle of pain. These emotions must be accepted and healed. Perhaps you are feeling grief after a loss in your life. Three of the cups are overturned. However, two cups remain upright, offering support. Allow the support to come in from friends, family, and coworkers. This card encourages you to honor the gift of pain and give yourself time for healing. So, and I'm pretty sure you know, yeah. Okay. Hey, Kai. So, yeah, Ashley, I think you know what that's speaking to. Um, no problem. I guess the only advice I would tack on to that, both the Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups mentioned reaching out to your social circles, your family, coworkers, whoever you have, to help you through those hard bits. No. So, but otherwise, yeah, it will be good. Um, it will be good. Okay. Um, so let's see. Brianna. Um, let's see. Which one do we want to highlight? There's the. Are they hiding something from me? Or I want to know if he really want to work it out with me. Um, the second one is probably the more important one. Because, like, hiding something from me, like, is it bad if they hide a surprise birthday party or something like that? So that can sort of be a red herring, but I think this one's going to be more clear. Um, asking if he really wants to work it out with you. Kai, if you have a question, go ahead and ask it. Brianna is currently the only one in line. So once I'm done with her, I can answer yours. And if you need to go or lose connection, like, it'll still be on the video afterwards. If you really want to work it out with me. I'm shuffling, but I'm figuring out which deck. Because Destiny, I mean, that's classic for relationship stuff. But I mean, Prisma is also good for insights, which we're trying to get insight into them. But yeah, I'm feeling Destiny is the right one. And yeah, and it's a boyfriend. Okay. Does your boyfriend really want to work it out with you? Do we need to shuffle some more? We'll do one more. Okay. Well, that was fast. We got one card. We'll see where the rest falls. Okay, I think we found intentions. Okay, I think we found an influence in them. Do we have more? I think that's it. We've got 4 cards, but we're really only interested in 2. So we've got the boyfriend on the left. We've got you on the right. This is his intentions. This is an influence in their life. The impression I'm getting is it's having some impact, or it's to some extent an explanation of, why their intentions are what they are. Didn't get an actions card or anything like that, so. But I mean, that's more visible stuff. You can see that live anyways. So, oh, let me flip. So we'll flip these two. So for the intentions, we got 9 of Swords. And the notes there are anxiety and worry. And then influence, we got 2 of Cups. So, I mean, that's coming from a positive place, but yeah, I don't know about that 9. So let me go ahead and set this down. And let's get into what those mean. So let's start with that 9 of Swords. His intentions represents challenges of the mind, such as worry and fear. It can be called the 3 a.m. card because it describes a situation where you are up all night, sleepless and anxious. External events may have triggered this reaction in you, but the issue is how you are responding to this. This card shows up in your reading as a reminder that so much of your fear and negative thinking is made up in your mind. These issues cease to have control over you when you no longer give them energy. Pierce through these thought patterns, because the reality of this energy is not true. This is the time to take control of your mind. So yeah, I guess, I mean, I sort of get the impression that he's a bit controlling, and he's acting out because of that. That anxiety, those worries. He's trying to address them, but he's not going about it the right way. So that's the impression I'm getting, and that's probably how he's manifesting. But the influence, the 2 of Cups, this will sort of explain the reason why. That's not necessarily a justification for you to stay in the relationship, though. Keep that in mind. So, Two of Cups represents union, harmony, partnership, peace, and love. Perhaps there is a deeper commitment that is occurring in a current relationship, such as an engagement, moving in together, or marriage. This is an auspicious card for a creative partnership as well. This can include one that includes writing, art, creative interests, and healing work. The Two of Cups is a card of reconciliation and ongoing negotiations, which will be resolved in your favor. Enjoy the deep love that is coming your way in all aspects of your life. You deserve it. So yeah, this person, they're striving for harmony, union. That's sort of their goal. That's the influence they've seen, and they're trying to express that. It's not coming out in a good way, though. That Nine of Swords, it's manifesting poorly. Don't know how else to put that. So, I mean, what do they say? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. This might be that sort of case. I mean, it's your call whether or not trying to work that out. But yeah. So, I mean, you're aware of it. He's really trying. That doesn't mean he's doing it right. So, that's on you on how to put up with that. Okay. And Brianna, if you've got more questions or need to go over it more, just let me know. I can understand if you had to come back for the video. But for now, Stacy, yeah, we just finished the last one, so yeah, I can do a reading for you. What is the outcome for my current relationship? I'm married. Okay. Pick up cards. I mean, this is almost certainly a Destiny deck, but let me check. Yep. Yeah, this will be a Destiny deck question. That's fine. So let me shuffle this some more. That feels good. Okay. Outcome for my current relationship. I'm married. I guess that can come out different ways. Let's see. Sorry, just gotta sense which cards are supposed to be in this. Hey, Hate Journey. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm reading for Stacy right now, but then I can, do a reading for you. Um, yeah. Okay. Well, and it's nice when people are alive, but when they're not, I'll still do the reading. Just won't be able to clarify things. But if the question is clear, that's fine. Do we have more cards? Okay, and then outcome. I've got to figure out what these different areas mean. No, those are different. Okay. Okay. So, few cards. We've got a tempered pair here. And this area is referring to, I almost want to say present. Initially, I was thinking it would be near future, far future, but this almost seems like now. Additionally, this card here, the impression I got is that visually, this is the place it goes. It's in the same spot, but obviously I can't just suspend cards in midair, so that's where I'm leaving it for now. But present is the impression I'm getting here, and these are two different possibilities for the outcome. So we'll see how drastically they diverge, but basically there's some choice involved as far as where this all ends up. So I think I'm going to flip in reverse. So one is Queen of Swords. The other is Queen of Pentacles. And then over here for our tempered pair, we've got the Magician, tempered by the Hanged Man, which isn't bad. It just sounds bad. And then, can you see, over here we've got Six of Swords. So that's where we're at there. So I guess I'll try to do a quick overview. Six of Swords, the message from this is usually move on. This guide, I think, has a softer interpretation, so we'll definitely want to dig into that. But this suggests you need to go somewhere else, and new beginning is the other keyword there. Down here, there's the magician. They've got action and creativity. Basically, you have the power, you know how to tap into resources that make you capable, allow you to make things happen. This is tempered by the hanged man, which makes some sense because the hanged man deals with a change in perspective. The surrender is surrendering to enlightenment, a change in view, so to speak. So it could be that you have what you need, but you need to open your eyes and realize that you do in fact have that. So that's what we've got going there. The Queen of Pentacles, we've got notes of wisdom and maternal, so I'll need to read because I'm not as familiar, but strong motherhood going on there. Over with the Queen of Swords, it's not bad, but the one I think sticks out the most is the perfectionist keyword. So a bit controlling, I guess. An Empress more so than, well, the mother that we got on the other card. So, which, I mean, they have their place. And I think some of it depends on what you want. So we'll dig in, but at a high level, that's what we're getting. So I think we'll start with Six of Swords. That's probably the most concerning, but so it represents the quiet passage from a situation or relationship following a certain hardship, enjoying a period of peace. Perhaps you must take a moment of rest from a relationship or responsibilities. This moment of rest and recharge may lead you to explore a new environment or perhaps take you to a new spiritual direction. When this card shows up in a reading, it can be a sign that things are getting better and calmer moments lie ahead. This card can also signify a physical journey you are about to embark upon. You are transitioning to a better place so that you may find yourself again. So, yeah, this one doesn't have nearly as strong a message of move on. And in fact, I mean, there's the, quiet passage from a situation or relationship following a certain hardship. So, I mean, there's a period of reflection, retrospect going on there. And that this moment will give you the space you need to then make decisions and take action. So then we've got this on top of, so I guess, gosh, I don't want to be the one to break up a marriage, but so disclaimer, but I mean, that's what that card, gosh, I'm just reading to make sure, but yeah. I mean, other guides will say this is definitely move on. This one is not as strong. Maybe you're going to take a new direction with how you do life, which in a sense makes sense because you've got the different queens you can choose to be. So I don't know that this necessarily means leaving your marriage. But yeah, I don't know. So that's what they would typically tell you. This guide isn't as firm on that particular stance. So, and like the choice of deck is important in my mind. They have their different purposes. So, so I would hesitate. I definitely would hesitate before doing that. But that might be right for you. So um, let's get into, well, I guess, okay, still. Let's get into the Magician and then the Tempered Hanged Man. Reminds you that you have many gifts that others may not hold. This is a card of action. It is revealed that you must broaden your horizons. Plans must move forward, and creative aspirations must be manifested. It is not a time to procrastinate. The magician is very positive, and with a magic wand has the ability to transform, create, and manifest every desire. In a love reading, the magician tells you that love is coming or that your current relationship is getting stronger. In your work, there is a new and exciting beginning. Once you align your spirit with the material world, alchemy occurs. This is when you are able to turn your dreams into reality. So, yeah, I mean, that one was speaking more positively towards the relationship. Um, that it's getting stronger. I guess it's tempered by the Hanged Man. So let's go ahead and read that real quick. Appears when you are in a period of suspension. This card tells you that small sacrifices may have to be made in order to benefit the big picture. Begin to make a move in a direction by letting go of an outcome that may not serve you. If something is not working out, release your grip and detach from the situation. This card may appear frequently when a person is feeling frustrated with their progress or lack of progress. The message is that your circumstance needs time to evolve. Whether this is a situation that involves your home, your relationship, or your finances, the Hanged Man asks us to take a step back, and perhaps the universe has its own plan. So, kind of similar to the Six of Swords. So, yeah. I mean, both refer to a period, a space where stuff happens. Sorry, I'm just looking at it now in the um, aerial that I was showing you, where it's on top of the others. And I'm wondering if this is like a choice happening now, potentially. Um, that could be the case. I'll revisit that at the end. Because I definitely got the impression of the two possibilities in the queens and the outcomes. Um, but I didn't necessarily get that impression for, well, the cards for the now, for the present. But let's go ahead and read the queens, and then I'll get in tune with that and figure that out. The Queen of Pentacles symbolizes material success and abundance. The queen is generous and supportive, with a strong maternal instinct that is affectionate and wise. When this card appears in a reading, it could indicate that you are entering a moment of embodied health, taking care of your body and healing it. You must stay grounded and connected to your spiritual practice. You are summoning your role as a healer and finding your amazing ability to nurture others as you contribute to your own healing. This card is also one of fertility. This can mean the birth of new projects, a creative venture, children, or finances coming into your life. Where you're talking about marriage, I mean, motherhood is the strong thing I'm getting there. So, and a pretty benevolent mother. So, let's go on to Queen of Swords. Represents the mind aspect of the mother archetype. The energy of this card is that of a single-minded, highly ambitious, astute strategist. This card is about assessing a situation quickly to get to the truth. There is a need for attention to detail associated with this energy. Traditionally, this card is known as the Widow, which means this card represents a strong female energy that has a powerful presence. This doesn't mean you will be a widow, FYI. This card comes up in a reading when there is a need to see the bigger picture of a situation. This card asks you to take charge and make your decisions with wisdom, intelligence, and perspective while following your sharp instincts. You will not be led astray. So, I mean, touched on it earlier. Empress, that sort of imperial aspect, um, is the sort of woman I get from here, from the Queen of Swords. Um, Let me go back. Well, okay, we're up to date there. Let me just go back and see if I can get a clearer impression of the Six of Swords to the other two. Um, Now I'm just getting a sense of overlap, which I mean, I can visually see since I'm holding the card, but um, yeah, I'm not necessarily getting separate possibilities, which I guess makes sense. Um, you might actually be moving back and forth between which of these you lean towards. Um, so it might be that they share that space, and then you pick whether it's Six of Swords or the Magician, which one you end up moving towards. So, is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah, they're sharing the same space, the space that the Hanged Man referred to and the Six of Swords. That's the same. As far as which outcome, what they lead towards, um, I mean, you'll probably be toying with either or both of them before making your decision. Um, but then that will lead to the different kind of mothers. So that's, yeah, well, that's what's going on with that. So don't know if that's the kind of reading you were after, but that's the kind of reading you got. Yeah. And it's interesting. I don't necessarily know which one leads to which mother. Um, but yeah. Anyways, I guess if you need clarity, if we need to dig into that some more, let me know. For now, um, let's go to Heat Journey. How JV feels about me. Hey, Luis. Hope you're doing well. I'm reading for Heat Journey right now, but if you've got a question, by all means, go ahead, drop it in. I'll just answer it once I'm done with this. So, how JV feels about me. I don't know if you heard the earlier discussion, but Destiny or Prisma can be good for. Excellent. Destiny or Prisma can be good for this sort of insight into how they feel. How JV feels about me. Destiny is probably the right one for this, so let me just keep on with this. JV. you. Okay. So we got 5 cards. We're not going to flip them all. I mean, the most relevant ones. Well, I guess I should explain. So JV on the left, upright. You on the right, upright. Oh, catch up. Okay. Above you is his feelings towards you. Here, coming out of his head, basically. Intentions. And then down here, we got an influence in JV's life. So I'm thinking that that's somehow relevant. We're not necessarily interested in JV, the card representing him, or you. Definitely intentions and feelings. And then we'll flip that influence as well. So we'll just go top down. So 10 of Pentacles, and that's got prosperity and inheritance. But I mean, there's a sense of security with that one. Oh, shoot. Anyways, we'll get to that. Here we've got 2 of Cups, and the notes there are love and peace. So, I mean, pretty positive intentions. And then influence in his life is the Lovers. And the notes here are trust and decisions. So, I mean, he feels safe with you. I mean, all of this is positive. So, twos usually deal with decisions. Okay. But I mean, where he's presumably choosing you, I mean, he's got pretty good ones. And then the influence in his life with the trust in the decisions, the Lovers, like that's pretty positive. So as far as how he feels about you, good. So I don't know that there's much more to say about that. So I'll go ahead and, I mean, normally I would read the cards more, but I don't think you were necessarily interested in that much detail. And I mean, it's a pretty strong overall message. So good. So on to Luis. How do they feel about me? Well, my personal preference is people have their problems or their questions, and I'd rather specifically address those. General readings are fine, but But yeah, if there's something specific, that's my preference. So go ahead and clarify. Do you want the how they feel about you or general reading? Okay. Okay. We'll do general. Let's see. Oh, fix that. And Destiny deck can still be good for that, but let's see if any of these others are getting a chance. Nope, I don't think they do. Oh, yeah, and we do still want to show cards, so please work. I mean, worst case, I'll show it to that, but I think you get a better picture from the phone on the camera on the phone. Let's see. Okay, well, that one was easy. Will the rest be? I feel like we've got another up here. Was that right? Okay. Double check, but for now. Oh, don't worry. Just the way I go through cards to figure out which ones speak. Um, it just takes time. And then sometimes they have more complicated relationships, so then you've got to figure that out. Like these two, are these actually a pair? Is one tempered? Are they equals? Um, seem like equals. Okay. Let's. Is there something to do here first? might be more to that. Still, okay. Are there more? Okay. Okay. Interesting. It's a. Well, I'll explain it later. You'll see it. Um, so far, there have been a lot of pairs. We had a lot of smaller readings today, but looks like this might be a bigger one. Okay. All right. Lots of cards. Let's go over what we've got real quick. Oh, and let me move the other ones out of the way. Yeah. Okay. So lots of pairs. This loosely tempered is the impression I got. So this is the primary one in the forefront, and this one has a tempering influence on this, but it's not particularly strong is the impression I'm getting. Up here we've got a tempered pair. Down here we've got a tempered pair. These ones are equals. Over here we've got a pair. These ones are equal, but then they're tempered by a different card. So first time I think that's happened to me, but pretty sure that's what's going on there. So now we just start flipping cards. So Queen of Wands, and the notes there are creativity and focus, tempered slightly by Four of Pentacles. Stability and security are the notes there. Up here we've got Knight of Cups, new love, artistic are the notes there, tempered by Page of Swords, contracts, information. So interesting. So far there's a theme going on. These pairs, we've got Wheel of Fortune, and then, all right, can you still see? Yeah, okay, Page of Pentacles. So fate and change plus visionary and good news. So I'll try to make those more visible, but those are equals as opposed to the other tempereds. There, we'll do that. This is tempered. We've got Queen of Swords, intellectual and perfectionist, tempered by the Queen of Pentacles. So interesting. This just came up in the previous reading. So wisdom and maternal. So that's what we've got there. Over here, we've got Two of Swords, choices and indecision, paired with Seven of Cups, opportunity and confusion. And then those together are tempered by Six of Wands, victory, good news. So I think I'll need a double check on the wands. I mean, it sounds from all of this that you're a pretty creative person. So we've got the creativity here, and that's loosely tempered by the stability and security, which is sense. Starving artist is not exactly sustainable lifestyle. Here you've got new love and artistic, tempered by contracts and information. So some stuff has to be nailed down, which makes sense. But once you've set up that structure, then you can play within those bounds. Over here, there's change, which auspicious, Wheel of Fortune. Good card, but it does have a theme of cycles, change going on there, paired with Page of Pentacles, so the good news, visionary. So I guess we can read more into that, but I expect that's good stuff coming. Down here, it's interesting. We've got the Queen of Swords. So it seems like you might have perfectionist tendencies when it comes to your artwork and whatnot, what you're pursuing. And that's tempered by wisdom and maternal, the Queen of Pentacles. So I think there's a certain amount of forgiveness going on there. Forgiveness for, well, the flaws that you're perceiving from the perfectionist standpoint. Over here, Two of Swords, you've got choices and indecision, so struggling with what to do. The Seven of Cups, this one, there's a certain, like there's opportunity, there's choices. The reason there's confusion on there is that some of this is fake. Some of it is illusion. It's not all, gosh, what's the right phrase? Rose-rimmed spectacles. You might have a skewed view of some things. So you're mixing in some reality, but also some fiction. So that needs to be sorted out. And so it makes sense that you're struggling. The indecision from the Two of Swords. And then this is tempered by victory and good news. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like you're going to choose right. You might struggle to make that choice, but in the end, it turns out good, is the impression I'm getting. So, well, and so maybe we take this offline. Frankly, I'm a bit exhausted, so I don't know that I want to go through the guide and read all the individual meetings and dig deep, but you tell me. You're my last reading of the day. I don't think I can take more. Do you want to do the deep dive to get into it? Or do we think we got it? Okay. Let me go ahead and set this down. You won't be able to see the cards, but, well, you saw them. So let me get these out of my way. Okay. I'm inclined to just go in that same order. So we'll start with that Queen of Wands, loosely tempered by Four of Pentacles. And let me bring that up. Oops. Oh, I can spell. The mother archetype. This may be someone who is in your life who can be an artisan, an entrepreneur, counselor, or leader. She is intensely loyal and in touch with her intuition. This card can appear as an influence. It is a moment where your ideas are flourishing. Stay confident and close to your spiritual practice, because now is a moment that your magic and passionate vision will be brought to the forefront. Nurture your dreams and give them birth. The universe is supporting you. So, I mean, we already touched on that there, but sort of the impression I'm getting, I mean, here for some reason they're talking like this may be someone who is in your life. I'm pretty sure it's you, who's that creative person that you're focusing on. So that's what we've got going there. But I mean, so intensely loyal and in touch with her intuition. It is a moment where your ideas are flourishing. Stay confident and close to your spiritual practice. Nurture your dreams and give them birth. The universe is supporting you. So powerful, favorable, some forward moment. Let's see that loose tempering from the Four of Pentacles. Associated with financial security. Two hands are holding on to the coin as if afraid to let go. This card can often symbolize greed, selfishness, possessiveness. There is also another meaning behind this card, and that is protection. The Four of Pentacles represents protecting your heart in order to feel safe and secure. This energy can be understood in the context of a relationship where one person may be creating a wall and closing off their partner. If you have suffered past hardships, this card tells you that tough times are over. Your work has paid off. Remember that this is a card of stability, yet you can still preserve your well-being by setting healthy boundaries. So yeah, basically those healthy, we touched on it earlier, the healthy boundaries, but then within that creative spirit just will bloom and blossom because it's on the right track. So, let's go on to, what was it? Knight of Cups, tempered by Page of Swords. Okay. Knight of Cups signifies a dreamy and romantic hero who is heart-centered. This is an action-oriented person who urges you to move forward based on your feelings. Traditionally, all knights have a quest. This knight's quest is love. This card asks you to lead with your heart. Perhaps a love prospect, gosh, I'm so sorry, will be revealed to you. Or new friends may enter your circle. If you are thinking about starting a new project, this is the right moment to do so. In any endeavor you take on, be sure to act from your intuition and do not allow fear to make your decisions. So, I mean, similar to the Queen of Wands. I mean, I'm skewing this towards new project, artistic stuff. Obviously, it's got the romantic version too, but I'm pretty sure that's the application. Let's back that with the tempering Page of Swords. Represents a new mindset being created, a sort of awakening where you are able to look at life with a curious and open mind. This openness allows you to be creative, innovative, and open to new possibilities. It is an important time to start communicating more in your relationships. This is a time to observe carefully, pay attention to what others are saying, and take action when the right opportunity presents itself. Important news may be coming your way, and it can be a solution to a conflict. Stay dedicated to your cause, plan well, and strategize, because this card is reminding you to not lose sight of the big picture. So, I mean, there's that. You have your knight. They're on their quest. Basically, they need to not lose sight of why they are on it, the bigger context. And I mean, we touched on the starving artist example earlier. Pursuing your art, well, don't forget your self-preservation. I don't know what else to say there. Let me gotta flip back to see the chat. Okay. All right. Digging into the equal pair of Wheel of Fortune and Page of Pentacles. Reminds us that things around us are constantly in motion. Nothing is permanent, and we must give gratitude to the lessons we are gifted with. It also reminds us that anything is possible. There are chance meetings and unexpected life occurrences that may confront us suddenly. This card appears as an auspicious sign that things will get better. Knowing that you have the ability, you must now listen to your intuition and manifest your wishes. Your intuitive powers are heightened now, and this is an opportunity to understand your role in the universe. So, I mean, good things coming. There's that change element and accepting it to a certain extent, but also sort of riding the wave in a sense, taking advantage. Not that that's something you do very intentionally with the Wheel of Fortune, but when you know it's coming, yeah, it's easier. I mean, reading that, it kind of reminded me of the Queen of Wands. And even the Knight, like a lot of it, listening to your intuition. So, following what may be your inner artist. But now the card paired with it, Page of Pentacles. Represents the embodiment of a new phase in your life, particularly regarding health, finances, and work. The page reveals auspicious new beginnings, progress, and adventure. It is time to nurture your skills and abilities because there may be a job offer or an offer made on a property in the horizon. However, you must pay attention to the details. Ensure that your plan is practical and realistic. The page is hardworking and reliable. This person is young and full of vigor and the potential to achieve great things in the future. With the potential to achieve great things in the future. You are asked to take raw opportunity and, through concrete steps, say yes to the universe in order to create something unique and new. Which, paired with the Wheel of Fortune and those new things coming, makes a lot of sense. And you'll know how best that matches, what dot that connects with in your life. But yeah, it's taking advantage of those opportunities, which we were just talking about that. I'll move on. Queen of Swords, tempered by Queen of Pentacles. Represents the mind aspect of the mother archetype. The energy of this card is that of a single-minded, highly ambitious, astute strategist. This card is about assessing a situation quickly to get to the truth. There is a need for attention to detail associated with this energy. Traditionally, this card is known as the Widow, which means the card represents a strong female energy that has a powerful presence. This card comes up in a reading when there is a need to see the bigger picture of the situation. This card asks you to take charge and make your decisions with wisdom, intelligence, and perspective while following your sharp instincts. You will not be led astray. So, yeah. There's that planning aspect that it has there, but it mentions the sharp instincts too, which I think has been a theme throughout. So tempering influence, the Queen of Pentacles. Symbolizes material success and abundance. The Queen is generous and supportive with a strong maternal instinct that is affectionate and wise. When this card appears in a reading, it could indicate that you are entering a moment of embodied health, taking care of your body and healing it. You must stay grounded and connected to your spiritual practice. You are summoning your role as a healer and finding your amazing ability to nurture others as you contribute to your own healing. This card is also one of fertility. This can mean the birth of new projects, a creative venture, children, or finances coming into your life. So, there's the concern with the Queen of Swords of cutting too sharply, and I'm pretty sure the Queen of Pentacles is just tempering that with a bit more loving touch. Not to say that the sword isn't needed, that lines need to be drawn, but you can do so with care and affection. And then our trio, I guess we'll start with Two of Swords. Sometimes it is difficult to see which way you must go. The Two of Swords represents that conflicting ideas must be resolved so that you can see the clear path ahead. There may be many choices that you are presented with at this time. You must create a quiet mental space in which to seek clarity. The solution may not be obvious. However, in order to make a decision, you must rest and restore your inner peace. This can be done through meditation. Take a moment of rest before you make an important decision. And then paired with Seven of Cups, shown with 7 floating chalices, each offering a gift or beginning. It is up to you to discern what is feasible. You are confronted with many choices, and while the 7 card brings the potential for incredible opportunities, it is unclear what is real and what is fantasy. You need to make a choice by paying attention to your intuition. Go with the flow and trust that you have higher wisdom to make the correct decisions. As it has been said, What is meant for you will not pass by you. So again, leaning on intuition, I mean, there's the concern of all the different options, kind of similar to the Two of Swords, which suggests you need a moment. You need to pause, meditate, create some breathing room so that you can see clearly. But these are tempered by Six of Wands. So let's read that. Six of Wands signifies well-deserved triumph. If you have been struggling recently in work, career, or projects, this card may reveal a promotion or a new contract. It can also reveal that a legal matter will go in your favor. This is a time to enjoy, so you must share your accomplishments with others. In a personal relationship, this card indicates that declared feelings are well received. In the traditional meaning, this card signifies good news in any life aspect, whether it is love, property, education, work, or family. Celebrate the victory that came about through your resilience. So, I mean, that's the outcome, I'm pretty sure, of the eventual choice that you make. So, I mean, take care with that decision. But I mean, don't fret yourself senseless. And then, I mean, a lot of this has been leaning on your intuition, telling you to trust that. So that'll help guide you through and then lead you to that victory. So, okay. No problem. Brianna Stevens. Gosh. Let me go check what your question is. Yeah, we did it. You can go see the video. Let me find the question. I want to know who will really work it out with me. Oh, you're welcome, Luis. I'm glad it turned out well. So and I'm just worried I'm going to mix up Brianna's with somebody else's. Okay, so we did. I'm remembering JV, and then there was you. Okay. Yes, we answered it. We had Nine of Swords was sort of like the intention feeling card. But then we also had an influence in their life, which was sort of the cause of that. And that was Two of Cups. Do I have that here? Oh, thanks, Luis. Speaking to Brianna, though, so like they have good intentions. The influence was that they're striving for unity, harmony. Yeah. But the issue with their intentions, the Nine of Swords, the keywords there were worry and anxiety. And by all means, go back to the video because I would have gone through it more there. But to try and recap, so the Nine of Swords, I think he probably has, unfortunately, a somewhat controlling aspect to him. Which, I mean, it's well-intentioned, but not necessarily right. So it's really up to you to decide how to deal with that. And I dig into it more there. But yes, we did answer the question. And that's briefly what it was. So, okay. Thanks for tuning in. I need a break, so I'm going to hop off. We're streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I am looking for a job, so that will probably change in the somewhat near future. But for now, I've got the time, so we can keep that up. And when I do get hired, then we'll probably just shift this. I'll probably have to do it less often because other stuff goes on at other times, but that is what it is. I registered the business, so at some point I'll set stuff up and we'll have an offering on Etsy or something like that. Because I know like these free sessions you might not always be able to get to. It might not always be at a good time. So that's one way it would cost, but that's what I can do. So okay. That I think, is there anything else? Oh, I haven't done social media, but these readings and the ones from Wednesday, I'm going to take pictures and we'll send them out on social media at some point. There's a lot, so it might take a while to get through it all, but that is going to happen at some point. So, yeah, thanks again for tuning in. It's always fun doing readings for you. And until next time.